Good day, America! Red Ho coming back at you again. It is now June. All right. Okay, so now with June, there's a lot of different things going on. First of all, it is Daddy's Day. I love you, Daddy. You've been a real rock and soul for me. So I thank you very much, and I'm happy to help out any way I can. He is, not in the greatest of shape right now. He's, quite a bit older. He's been struggling a little bit off and on, but uh, you know, great that he just sticks around a little bit longer. Doesn't have so much pain. But it's also the Army's birthday. If you remember my last year's June concept that they hit 250. Now they're at 251, obviously. So happy birthday to the United States Army. And, you know, big kudos out to every single unit, every branch of service that's out there. So let's just keep that rolling because I am a true patriot. I was also in the Army myself. It was interesting because today I was at an auction, like an estate auction, that kind of stuff, and I'm wearing this hat. And if you hadn't noticed, I do have some pins on there if you can see them, and of course one of them is my religion. If you can guess what it is, ha ha ha! Go ahead and tell me. Write a comment. Just talk to me. Tell me something. And then the other one is actually an ordnance pin, which is basically what the mechanics symbol represents in the United States Army. And the guy actually noticed it and was like, "Oh, you was in the ordnance. You was in maintenance." I was like, "Yeah. How the hell did you know that?" Obviously, he was in the military too, so it was actually pretty cool. So kudos to him. Don't know his name. He was just a random guy that came around. And of course, happy birthday to the Army once again. Now, it's also one of the newest recognition holidays in the United States, and that is Juneteenth. In case you didn't know, last year I actually had a buddy of mine, Damon Riley. He decided he was going to do a podcast with me as a special guest to go over the whole Juneteenth thing, and I figured out that Juneteenth was the um, official day of celebrating of the end of slavery in the United States. So kudos to that as well. Now, I like to do a lot of impersonations and that kind of stuff, and I've told you about a couple of them that I've done, and one of them was Charlie Ferguson from the KRN News. So I'm going to try to do another impersonation of this KRN News. So bear with me. I might actually suck at this, but you might laugh your ass off too. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so I do need to get set up here. Give me one moment to get myself all situated. All right, so here we go. Charlie Ferguson here with the KON news from around the world and back home again. So, Big Daddy D, known as the Hugh Heifer of Tarrant County, has fallen ill. Doctors told him to cut down or get cut out. Doctors also said that he could add an extra 30 years to his life if he gives up wine, women, and song. Big Daddy thought it over for a while, and he decided to settle for just 10 years because he never could carry a tune anyway. Please let me know what you think about that. I thought it was not too bad for just kind of a messing around kind of scenario. So, yeah. Anyway, so to continue on further, you guys probably also remember from the last couple of episodes, and if you don't, that's the reason why I do this. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. So, I'm also involved in the local Adams family, and again, I said I was going to play Uncle Fester. So, um, things are going pretty well as far as the the play practices and that kind of stuff. A lot of choreography. Of course, it's a musical, so there's a lot of singing involved. And I kind of sort of get to be myself and be that funny guy that I normally am. And yeah, this to me is like one of the perfect roles. Um, there's lots to learn. There's a lot of back and forth when it comes to the music, which I'm not overly familiar with. I'm not the overall musician, even though I do love music, and I did play it in high school, but I was never the greatest at reading notes. That's why I played the drums. Go figure, right? But no, in all reality, things are going really well. And I also told you in the last month's episode that I was going to shave my head. Nope, it's not shaved yet. Suckers! No, but I am planning on shaving it next month. And I just talked to my hair stylist, quote unquote. And she's from MJ Clips, and that she owns the place. And when I had finally told her that I was going to shave my head, she was getting excited. So we're going to try to record that, not a live per se, but we are going to try to record that and post it on both Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, whatever, whatever we decide to post it on. So just kind of keep your eyes open for that, and and please come out and watch the show. The show is going to be funny. This is if you like Adam's Family anything, you're gonna love this too. I'm just so impressed with all of the actors and actresses that I'm working with. Their singing abilities. They impressed me last year when we did The Sound of Music. This year, it's still the same. They're still impressing me. Different people, a few different people here and there, but they all have a really good quality to them. So you will have a great time by coming out and watching this show. Um, I also just wanted to point out to that I will be making out a flyer with the Adams Family logo, obviously, um, and it'll have a QR code on there. I'll post it on both Facebook, Instagram, and just if you scan the QR code, it'll have the link on there where you can go buy tickets. If you're not overly familiar on how to do that kind of stuff, I will work on. Well, I already have shared the link on my um, Facebook page plus my personal Facebook page because I'm involved in that. So you can click on that link, or especially if you're a local, you can come by and just simply buy a ticket anytime you want. You can just walk up and say, "Hey, I want to buy a ticket for the Adams Family in July," which is July 10th, 11th, and 12th, by the way. So another thing I wanted to bring up is the last time I went live, it didn't go so well, but I didn't promote it so much. Well, this time, um, I am planning on doing another live. My idea off the top of my head is going to be next Sunday, more than likely next Sunday in the afternoon. I will be right here in my dungeon, and I will start the live. I will send out the link that I need in order to get you guys involved with it. And then I'll be doing basically what I did the last time, which most people didn't see it, but I'll be playing some music, a lot of different variances. And you can comment if you like the song, if you didn't like the song, what kind of songs you prefer. And I can see if I can swing that for you because it's almost like being in a DJ, and so to speak, because I was thinking about doing that at one point in time, but I think something like that would be pretty cool. Just kind of you know bullshit, basically. It'll be on TikTok. I don't think I'll be able to do it on Facebook this time, but it'll be on TikTok, and you can sit there and we can just talk shit uh, over the live feed and just have a good time. I mean, I'm not looking to make any money off of this crap, so it's not like I'm going to sit there and say, "Here, spend money for me, spend money for me." But I do want to get some people out there to, you know, recognize and notice that you know, I can be a funny guy. Now that I'm thinking about it, and I know I'm kind of getting a little bit off topic from normal, but we were driving. My wife and I were driving around the other day, and you know, I, I'd see something that was kind of strange and make a really crazy, dumb comment, and we'd be laughing our heads off, and I kept thinking to myself, that seems like the way that I come across with the jokes. I mean, I'm a bit of a smart ass anyway. Get it from the family. I'm not going to mention the names, but it runs in the family. We like to talk smack. It's kind of an Irish thing. Germans do it too, of course, but it just seems like I always have to come up with a smart ass comment for this, that, and the other, and that's the part that is makes it fun and makes me fun. So stand up comedy is probably not my thing. Something like this, if I can actually remember to write the shit down and just kind of, you know, remember the stories, then I'll bring that more onto the show as well. But I mean, this stuff is. Uh, I've been having a lot of fun doing this, and of course, I'm going to continue to do it. I don't care about getting paid for it, so I am just yeah, sure to check your waitress. Anyway, um, another thing I wanted to bring up before we close out for this time, kind of showing my age here, but it has been 30 years since I graduated from high school. Yeah, I may look like I'm a spring chicken, bullshit, but one thing that I remembered when I was thinking back, 30 years in a small town school. Um, has anybody ever seen a carpet basketball court? Um, the high school that I went to had a carpet basketball court. It did switch over to wood my last year in high school, but before that, it was carpet. And it was a lot of people I've been told didn't like playing on that carpet because not only did they get carpet burns from chasing after balls when they get loose or whatever, but you couldn't hear the ball bounce, which means that you didn't know how to juke and jive, which supposedly gave us an advantage, but honestly, we didn't play all that well for anyway. So anyway, but then I got me also to thinking of the other basketball courts and stuff that we have been to, and well, speaking of the carpet basketball court, we used to make up our own mixtape for warm ups, and one time my cousin decided to do something along the lines of this. Now, don't laugh with me, laugh at me, whatever, but they did this because we're the only place that had a carpet basketball court. So he would be like, "Welcome to the carpet dome." Voila! I kid you not. They did that as a precursor to all of the warm up stuff. So it was actually pretty cool. We call it the carpet dome, obviously for the carpet, but the gym itself actually was domed. It wasn't like squared off or anything like that. So which all of that's been changed over the last 30 years. So but there was another basketball court that made more sense than a carpet, but still strange in itself. And that was a rubber basketball court. Believe it or not, it was another small town school, and they had a rubber basketball court. And I was like, rubber. I mean, that kind of makes sense, but again, just like the synthetic woods and tile and that kind of stuff, where you can slide a little bit easier when you're going after a basketball and a hustle and that kind of stuff. Rubber doesn't do it so well. Neither does carpet. You get carpet burns quite a bit. So, but I digress. So that's all the time that I have for today. Please like, subscribe, tell me what you're feeling, give me some comments, both on YouTube, on TikTok. Um, I do believe YouTube and TikTok are the two main ones that I do. Sometimes the videos don't go up on Facebook, so please look it up on YouTube and TikTok. I will put a link on Facebook and Instagram, so that way we can, you know, let's get things rolling here. Tell your friends. Say, hey, this dude, he likes to talk shit. Um, he wants to try to do some live bullshit. Um, I do want to have a special guest, and I call him a special ed guest because, well, because we're friends. We're like brothers. Wait, it is my brother, but hopefully I can get him to just do kind of a guest appearance on in a special episode or maybe next month's episode. Um, so, but we're gonna have a good time either way. I'm gonna have a good time no matter what. And this, I'm still kind of in awe with everything. So until next time, good day, America.